Good morning. Hey guys. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. I am coming on with some morning mindset work to set your mind right for the day. Hope everyone's having a fabulous Tuesday morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Blessings and abundance to everyone coming on. Good morning. Makita Marie, Rockstar 9779, good morning. Blazing Bay, I love your name. Latasha J. G. Brooks, good morning. Rising. Wife of Rasha D. Jamal, good morning. Hello from France, Rebecca, you look stunning. Hi, Mava Brenda, welcome from France. Good day, good morning. Blessings and abundance. Everyone, as you're coming on, blessings and abundance. That's our greeting here at Abundant Life Nation, blessings and abundance. There's actually principles around blessing those that you meet, praying blessings over their lives when you meet people and encounter people. That is our greeting at Abundant Life Nation, blessings and abundance. Good morning from North Carolina. B-Lady86 says, I'm not from France, but I'm from North Carolina. That's what I'm talking about, sweetheart. Good morning, good morning, good morning. All right, so this morning, guys, as I was getting ready to sit down at my desk and do some work, I heard this in my spirit, and so I decided to turn the camera on and come on for just a second. Good morning from Belize. Good morning, Dan. Hey, sweetheart. Good morning, all around the world. So this morning, listen, everything that you do throughout your life starts with a thought. Good morning, Auntie in my mind. Blessings and abundance. Good morning from Dallas. Good morning. I know you guys are still coming on. So listen, everything you do starts with a thought. Now, some of the things you do so automatically and have done them because it's now habitual. You do it out of a place of habit because you've repeated that pattern so many times. You do not realize that what the things you do actually do start with a thought. Before you go get a glass of water, in your mind, water crosses your mind. You think to yourself, I'm thirsty, and then you go get a drink of water. Before you actually sit down at your desk to do some work, the thought of your work crosses your mind, and you get up and go sit down to do what crossed your mind. Before you call someone, a thought crosses your mind about that person or that phone call, and you pick up the phone and you call. Everything you do starts with a thought. Every word that crosses or comes out of your mouth starts with a thought. Your morning mindset reminder this morning is you've got to make up your mind what you are going to think about. This is called mindfulness. When you think about what you think about, the term for that is mindfulness. It is directly connected to self-awareness. If you don't start thinking about what you think about, you are going to be out here automatically responding or repeating the same patterns of thinking that you've had for a very long time if you don't start thinking about what you're thinking about. Whatever you hold here, you heard me say it, whatever you hold in your head, you're going to hold in your hand. And if you know it's time for you to start manifesting new things in your life, if you know it's time for you to make a shift, if you know that your next level is loading, like I preached about on Sunday, right? If you know it's time for you to make some changes, you've got to get very aware and start thinking about what you're thinking about. If you really want some change, you're going to have to start thinking about who you hang out with. the thoughts that you entertain because of people influencing you. You're going to have to start thinking about what you read, what you listen to. You're going to have to start thinking about your predominant feelings. How do you predominantly feel about yourself? How do you predominantly think about yourself? What are the things you tend to worry about? What are the things you tend to get anxious about? What are the feelings of stress that you tend to carry throughout your day? That this has become a mindset for you. You just always you worry about money because you got in the habit of worrying about money a long time ago. And because you worry about money, money doesn't flow to you. Because the energy you have around money is not aligned with abundance. You worry about love and relationships all the time and meeting the right person. And because your energy about love and relationships is not peaceful and high vibe and high energy, you struggle with love and relationships. Because you think about a job that you're on that you hate so much, and all you do in your spirit is complain and hate on that job and be miserable, then the energy and vibe about what you do for a living is miserable. And you think about it and you contemplate it and you're trying to figure it out and you're rehashing it in your mind and you're going back in time and rehashing what happened in that situation, on that job, in that relationship, in that business venture, in that friendship. You keep replaying failed situations that did not prosper and didn't get you where you want to be. But guess what? Because you're not controlling and monitoring what you're thinking about, you're repeating these repetitive patterns of negative thinking and mindset and contemplation that now is sowing seeds into manifesting more of that. This is what I want you to think about. Whatever you're contemplating predominantly and feeling predominantly, you are manifesting, amplifying more of that in your life. Wherever energy flows, energy goes. Whatever you are putting your energy into, whatever you're putting your mind on, whatever you're putting your mouth on, whatever you are predominantly focused on, is what you were asking for more of in your life. I need you to sit with that for a second. Let's have a moment of silence to think about what you're really asking for. Think about that for a second. Think about that for a second. We all do this, just some more than others. But think about this for a second. What are you asking for by the meditations of your heart? If you guys want some Bible scriptures, the meditations of your heart, you are actually asking for whatever it is you're contemplating on and feeling predominantly throughout your day. You're asking for it. You're sowing those seeds every day by whatever you're predominantly feeling and thinking. You're worrying all the time, replaying failed scenarios. Your mind is tricky. Your mind makes you think that you're figuring something out. You're processing something. You're processing something from 20 years ago, 10 years ago, 5 years ago. You're not figuring anything out. Your mind is tricking you into staying stuck in those old feelings, the old ways of looking at yourself, instead of focusing your energy on where you want to go and what you want to have. This is where self-discipline comes in. That's that 4-letter word. Discipline is like a 4-letter word, especially for those of you who come from very strong backgrounds in religion, in undisciplined families? How does not having discipline show up in your life? It shows up as you not taking responsibility for your life. It shows up in you not creating limits around what you allow yourself to say and think, because you understand the power of your thoughts and the creative nature of our spiritual energy. So now guess what? You've got to learn to discipline yourself about how you talk about money and how you think about money. Latasha says, this is why I can't move forward. I understand why now. Right, Latasha, you're too busy contemplating everything that didn't work. You're too busy feeling ashamed, feeling self-condemnation, feeling judged, critiquing yourself, feeling down, feeling guilty. So guess what? More of the same, because we haven't been taught discipline. Discipline of our minds, discipline of our mouths. Stop saying you're broke. Stop saying you're not good with money. Stop saying, girl, I'm barely making it. I don't even know how I'm going to pay these bills, but God's working it out. No, that's not how this works. How do you retrain your brain, Mama J? By taking responsibility for this mouth and these thoughts. You have to become so self-aware and self-conscious to the point that you are aware of what you're thinking about and talking about all the time. It takes practice. It takes self-discipline, which is why so many people are suffering and struggling, because it doesn't happen passively. Dark Cocoa Coil says, wow, this is really speaking to me. Listen, this is what you were not taught by your parents. This is what most of us were not taught through our families. Success in any area is directly related to how you think and how you talk. How you think and how you talk is directly related to what you feel and believe about yourself and about your life. One of the major differences between where you're at and where you want to be and where people who are at where you want to be is how they think about it, how they talk about it, because how you think about it and how you talk about it is actually a better representation of your faith in that area. I'm kicking my ring light, guys. Sorry. Yes, Kimberly, words are the spells we cast every day. That's why spelling has the word spell in it. It's why journaling is so powerful. When you're writing out your dreams, writing out what you want, writing out where you're going, writing it out, because spelling has the word spell in it. You're casting your own spells by what you write about, talk about, think about. Everything starts as a thought. Everything. So guess what? If you're walking around predominantly feeling down, not worthy, not good enough, scared, guess what it's saying? I'm not good enough. Okay, God and the universe, I'm not good enough. I'm not ready. I'm not ready for these blessings I keep trying to give little lip service to. I'm giving lip service to what I really want, but the rest of the time, 99.9% of the time, you keep sowing by vibration and by energy, sowing by faith into what you don't want. Because you don't really believe those little affirmations and these scriptures. You don't really believe it. You don't really believe that you're an overcomer. You don't really believe that you deserve it all. You don't really believe that that you're worthy of God's best. You deep down Deep, deep down, do you really believe that you're destined for greatness? Do you really believe? And these are questions for you this morning, because if you don't start changing the way you think and you talk, and the way you think and you talk is directly related to how you truly feel deep down. Doesn't matter that you wake up with affirmations. I am beautifully and wonderfully made. I am destined for greatness. God is with me today. I am going to do what I need to do. God, I thank you. This is going to be a great day. And then you spend the other 99.9% of the rest of the 24 hours in the day feeling downtrodden, feeling miserable, feeling not worthy, being skeptical, feeling doubtful, afraid, replaying situations in your mind, being triggered, being angry, driving on the road rage, cursing people out, resentful, jealous, envious. You on social media looking at everybody's highlight reels of their life, feeling some type of way. She's not as cute as me. I mean, I don't even understand how she has a husband and I don't have a husband. And she ain't even cute, girl. My body's popping. I don't even understand how. Oh, she probably a scammer. That's the way she got that car. Because, she got another house. I can't even get an apartment. He got a new car. And so what? Your energy is jealous and envious and hateful, scared. Why? Because you're afraid you can't have it. Oh, girl, that she probably has surgery. That ain't even her real body. While you sitting over here, haven't even started diet day number 1 of your new lifestyle, while you're picking apart everybody else's lives, critiquing and bashing and criticizing and judging, and you're sitting, please, that's not even her real hair. I don't even know. Whatever. Girl, please. Talking about no makeup. You know that's a filter. And so you're nasty and you're angry and you're hurting, but you'll get in front of people. Blessed be. Blessings in abundance. God is good. Oh yes, I'm waiting on love. There's people who will be cool and kind and wonderful in my presence. And you get around other nasty, treating people nasty and mean girl around others. Why? Because you act right when you're around people you want to impress, but behind the scenes and around people that you don't feel that can do anything for you, you're nasty and mean-spirited and backbiting and condescending. Why? Because you're unhappy, because you're scared, because you're miserable. And that bitterness that begins to take root over time, over disappointment after disappointment. But why are you having disappointment after disappointment? Because your stinking thinking in your nasty mouth is canceling out your blessings. Canceling out your blessings. You don't know those people. You don't know what they're going through. Honey, the scripture says, save your own soul. You lucky if you get off this earth saving yourself. How dare you judge somebody getting surgery, honey? If they can afford it, have at it. Have at it. Don't you sit and be mad because somebody could afford to get some fat sucked out their leg and you mad over there because your leg is all big and you got to go to the gym. Well, focus on getting your money up. Focus on pursuing those dreams that God has laid in your heart. for you to increase your paycheck and your bank account so you can go get some fat sucked out your leg if you want to. But don't judge the people who put their mind set on their goals to do what they want to do, living their best life, and you mad. Oh, hoes be winning. Hoes be winning. These girls, don't be mad because you're abstinent and celibate, but your mind and your mouth is so evil and wicked. But because you abstinent, you think God's supposed to bless you with a husband, and then you mad at the girls who had sex before marriage but don't act like you ain't had sex before marriage while you're sitting there judging them, because unless you're a virgin, you done had sex with somebody who ain't your husband. But hoes be winning. No, boo. How about you deal with yourself? How about you deal with the issues of your heart? Deal with the issues of your mind that are blocking love from coming into your life. Are you lovable? Are you enjoyable? Does a man want to be around you? Are you fun? But while you're over here judging, oh, if I was having sex, I'd probably be married by now. No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. Stop telling yourself that lie. You wouldn't be married just because if you were having sex. They would get your sex, still not want to be with you, and now you're really broken and hurting. Because you wouldn't be able to just blame it on the sex no more. Now, dudes suck. Men suck. Men are dogs. No, all men are not dogs. There's really good men. There's good men you've met that you turned off with your negative energy and judgmental vibes and skepticism and fearful nature and scared to have a conversation. Can't even be real with yourself, but you want real love. Fellas, same for you. It's a double-edged sword. I'm not talking to just the women. It's you too. Mindset. Mindset. Make up your mind. Make up your mind. What does it say? A double-minded person is no good. You half in, half out. You believe sometimes, but don't believe the other times. One morning it's a good day. The next day all hell's breaking loose. You don't know how to have consistency. Why? Because depending on which side of the bed you roll out of, you don't even know how to take authority over your own life. You don't know how to cast down thoughts that are not of God to even believe right about your own life. Unstable in all of their ways. A double-minded man, there's the scripture, is unstable in all of their ways. Half in, half out. I'm kind of doing it. I'm kind of not. I love God, but I don't treat people right. I love God, but behind the scenes, I'm so hateful. I want God's blessings, but I just can't stand people. Who am I talking to? You love God, but you mistreat his children. You love, but you're hateful and nasty. You want to empower people, encourage people, and your purpose is to help make a difference. But you don't even know how to help yourself. You ain't even working on you. You got the audacity, ain't never had a drip of therapy in your life, a whole triggered toxic person, but yet, oh, I feel a calling on my life to make a difference. How about you start with yourself? it profit a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul? What's it profit? You up here worried about everybody else and you can't sleep at night. You can't sleep at night. You worried about the whole world. Your money ain't right. You worried about what everybody doing on social media. You worried about who lost weight and who's dating who. You can tell me everything about the celebrities and these reality shows. You know the ins and outs and details of people's lives. But if I said to you, what's holding you back? What's keeping you from living your best life? Where are you at in your life? What's going on with you? What's your problem? What are the choices you're making? I hear you talking about what Usher's doing and what so-and-so's doing. And, oh, you know all the tea. You tune into all these gossip blogs and you tune into everything. And you know who making money and who ain't. And you know. But what are you doing? Where are you at? Where's your mind at? Where's your heart at? Where's your mouth at? Where's your faith at? Everything you're asking for is connected to self-awareness and self-discipline. Everything you're asking for is connected to self-awareness and self-discipline. Baby, you're going to have to focus on you like you've never focused on you before in your life. You're going to have to make up your mind. It's going to be lonely sometimes. It's going to get scary sometimes. You are going to encounter your own darkness. That's why it's called shadow work. What is shadow work? Shadow work is going into discovery of what you don't know about you, not uncovering other people's darkness. What do you not know about you? What is going on with you? Why do you do what you do? Why do you say what you say? Why do you feel what you feel? Why do you think the way you do? Why do you have these actions and these patterns and these mindsets? Why do you have these feelings? Why do you not like certain people? Why do you choose certain people as friends? Why do you seem to repeat the same patterns in love interests? Why? The question for today is why? This is connected to self-awareness. Self-awareness is divine accountability. Divine. You and God. You have guides to do this work. People like Carrie and I, our coaching courses, the Work Masterclass, Abundant Life Nation, therapy, coaching, books. These are your guides to self-awareness. I'm not meant to be an intermediary between you and God and stand between you and God to where you have to come to me to get to God. It is meant for you to be in direct relationship with God yourself so you can hear from God yourself. So that God can tell you what you need to know about you, because there are no cookie cutter answers. You need a word from God for you. God can whisper in your ear and tell you what your next steps are, where you need to go, guide you and direct you and protect you. You can't just wait for a man or woman of God or a prophet to be telling you about you. That's called codependency. God did not create you to be codependent on leaders. We are here to guide you. We are here to give you tools and resources to guide you into closer relationship to God for yourself. for yourself. If you can't sit 5 minutes and be alone with just you and God, baby, there ain't nothing the popes can do for you. If you can't let God catch up with you and let God deal with your spirit, because sitting in silence and quietness ruffles your feathers and irritates those spirits inside of you that need to come up off of you, because you don't even know how to be still so that God can catch up with you, because it irritates you because you're dealing with so much anxiety and issues and pain that you have kept pushing down and pushing down. So to even get still and be quiet gives you anxiety and nervousness that you can't even let God deal with you. Because you don't want to deal with you. So you would rather focus on all of the external trappings of success, because you would rather look successful, because you're so worried about impressing the world and making people think that you have your ish together, that you don't want to deal with the inside issues that where true success is birthed from. On the inside, between you and God, it is in isolation and quietness that God deals with us. But you don't want to do that, because that's hard and that requires so much of you, because it's where the rubber meets the road, baby. It's where God and you, and there's nowhere to run. Because you have to be willing to look in the mirror and look at yourself and look at your life and admit, I've got some work to do. I'm not where God has called me to be. I can't get this from my mama. I can't get this from my daddy. I can't get this from my cousin. I can't get this from my friends. Your friends ain't even got it. They can't keep guiding you and directing you or telling you what to do, because they ain't got it. So you're barking up the wrong tree, calling everybody on the phone that'll listen to you. Oh, I'm so alone. I ain't got no one to vent to. I ain't got no one to give me advice. How about you get still? God, I need to deal with me. God, I need to look in the mirror. God, I need you to show me all the layers of ish that I need to work through, because I need to get to the root of my issues. My issues. Help me. God, be with me. God, sort me. Show me. Work on me. I invite you in, God. Show me where I need correction. God, show me the areas of my life where I don't have this thing quite right. And I'm willing to do whatever you are asking and requiring of me, because you have got to make up your mind that you're sick and tired of being sick and tired. It's one of the things I learned about coaching. You know what the problem with most people is? You're not invested. You're interested in change. You're interested in success, but you're not invested. Why do my coaching clients get so much results? Because they pay money to get those results. The problem with so much around what you want is you're not truly invested. See, it's when you get sick and tired of being sick and tired. It's when all the chips are down. This is why typically it takes a complete fallout, and it takes you completely falling apart to finally get your ish together, because it takes you reaching rock bottom to finally make up your mind. And you keep saying, I can't take no more. That has been determined to be a lie, because you still haven't given up, and God still keeps layering on and turning up the heat on you, because you need more in order to break down and finally give up and give these things over to God. And some of you wonder why you're going through hell. You wonder why all hell's breaking loose in your life. You wonder why nothing you do is working. You wonder why, God, help me. I can't take no more. See, there's something a little different about me, and I'm going to tell you something I learned when I was almost as bad as it could get. It definitely wasn't as bad as some people. But I reached a level of low that I had never been on before. And it still wasn't a lot of y'all's rock bottom. But see, Rebecca Lynn Pope, I love me some Rebecca Lynn Pope. This is something the people who know me very well, they know me. I don't like suffering. I have learned over time, if something ain't working, oh, we ain't gonna keep on knocking on this door. We ain't gonna keep on doing something that ain't working, honey, that is not giving me the results in life that I want. That's not logical. So I don't like suffering. If I start suffering, I got questions. Okay, what did I do wrong? Where did God, I need you to show me what to do, because I ain't gonna stay here suffering. I got as low as I'd ever been. And honey, my tune changed. My questions changed. My prayers changed. God, you ain't got to take me no lower than this. I humble myself. I humble myself. God, I don't have any of this ish figured out. I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go. As a matter of fact, until you show me what to do, I'm not going to move from right where I'm at right now, because I've done made so many wrong turns, obviously, to get here for it to be this bad. I don't even trust my own choices right now. So guess what? I'm going to stay right here until you show up in my life and you give me direction for my next steps. Because until you start ordering these steps, I'm not moving off this square. I did it my way. That didn't work. So guess what? I'm not moving. We're going to sit here and we're going to wait on God. Because I ain't suffering no more. And obviously, I don't have all this figured out. Because if I did, I wouldn't be in this place of suffering. You ain't got to take me no lower. See, some of y'all your prayers need to change. The way you talk to God needs to change. You need to get to a place of determination. I laid in a bed in a fetal position. Couldn't even get out of bed to get my kids off to school. I laid in a bed not eating. I laid in a bed feeling like I was losing my mind. And I began to talk to God in a way like I'd never talked to God before. God, I need you. I hadn't really said that too much. Why? Because I was arrogant. I had an attitude. Everything I touched turned to gold. I got this. Until God will yank your chain. And you find out real quick you ain't ish without God. God can yank your chain and your whole life can fall apart overnight. I found myself at my rock bottom. And I said, oh, no, you ain't got to take me no lower than this. I'm all ears. I'm all ears. God, what are we doing? What are you saying? Because I'm broken. Some of you need to get in a broken position and submit yourself to God. And ask God for answers. Ask God for help. Make up your mind. Let go of your pride and your ego and your arrogance. And lay some things down before God. And say, God, this ain't working for me. Everything I have, everything I've accomplished in the last 10 years, I can lay at the feet of submission. I can lay at that place of rock bottom, laying in that bed, in that fetal position, completely lost. It was from rock bottom that God began to rebuild my life. See, some of you done built lives on shaky, raggedy, sandy ground. And God has to come in and restructure and reform you and set you on solid ground to establish where you're going next. God can't do nothing with what you've created up to this point. That's why some of you feel like God's tearing you apart. Your whole life is being torn apart. Why? Because he's got to establish you on a new foundation. A new foundation that is solid, rock solid, because God needs you rock solid for where he's taking you next. He doesn't need your feet sinking, your mind sinking. He needs you solid. Boom. And it's from here. Only up from here. Some of you are resisting submitting to God. You're resisting the process of greatness. What is the process of greatness? The process of greatness is correction. Correction. Correction of everything you got wrong that was a lesson up to this point. You've got to come in and get repositioned. That is the process of greatness. Learning what works and what doesn't work is the process of greatness. Some of you are resisting admitting you made a mistake. You won't even let God fix it and correct it, so you can't even get started on where you're going next because you won't even admit that where you're at right now ain't it. God can't bless what you keep trying to pretend is right. He can't bless fake. God can't establish you under the pretense of who you're trying to pretend to be. God doesn't need actors. He needs authentic people to show up. Show up. Be willing to show up in your own life. Be willing. There are some of you that have reached so low in your life and you feel so lost that you've been thinking about killing yourself. You've been thinking about killing yourself because it's gotten so bad and you've been suffering for so long and you just don't see a light at the end of the tunnel. You don't know where you're going. You don't know why you're suffering the way you do. It is time for you to get help. My life turned around from the place of surrendering. Therapy, coaching, books, meditation, mindfulness. If you have been thinking about killing yourself or having suicidal ideations, it is time for you to get help. Help. Get into therapy. You need to talk about what's been going on in your heart and in your mind for why you feel like you want to escape. Therapy. It is also time for you to talk to God. And I don't mean just in any way. I'm talking about talk to God. Ask God. Latasha J.G. Brooks says, I just signed up for therapy. Great, sweetheart. It's just the beginning, Latasha. It's just the beginning. Reach out. Get help. Get help and start asking God for help. God, guide me to the therapy I need. God, guide me to the healers I need. God, guide me to the coaching I need. God, guide me to the books I need. You cannot stay where you've been. It's time to move forward. We have to work on solutions. Don't stay in this place thinking that something magical is going to change and something miraculously magical is going to just poof, change your situation. We heal through processing. We have to seek the solutions to our problems. Seek the solutions to our problems. God doesn't heal us in miraculous situations. Even the things that appear to be a miracle, a faith healing, there was a processing for someone to get to that point where they were ready to receive that moment. It is a process. Therapy, the Work Masterclass, links in my bio. The Work Masterclass is a spiritual healing course. Do that with therapy. With therapy. Meditation, stillness, quietness. Get still, cry it out, and then be quiet. Don't just get up when you get done crying. Be still and listen for God once you have purged your emotions and you've done all the talking you need to do in that stillness with God. Be quiet and listen. Pay attention to what comes into your spirit, what you hear and feel in the quietness after you have purged emotionally. That is God. That's God. How you hear people say, God talked to me, God showed me. In the quietness after you've purged your emotions and talked it out, listen. Listen. God, I thank you. I thank you for this message. I thank you for this day. I thank you for Abundant Life Nation. I thank you for everything that you're doing. I pray prayers of awareness, self-awareness, breakthrough, healing. I pray surrendering. For those who are at the end of their rope, I speak therapy, resources, tools, coaching, meditation, books, resources and solutions. Resources and solutions. Opportunities and doors opening, meeting every need. Every need. Make up your mind. Make up your mind. I love you guys. Yes. Lady Scorpio 43, I've been in therapy for 7 years after the tragic death of my son, 24 years old. I had to start with meditation, purge my emotions, talk to God. It starts there. And therapy and coaching. It's not just one thing. I've done it all. My life is prospering because I've worked on healing. I have intentionally focused on all of these things in my life. It's not just one thing. All right, guys, I love you. Blessings in abundance. Share this video with somebody who needs it. It'll be posted over on YouTube. Love you, Den. Love you, love you, love you, love you. Blessings in abundance. Make sure you share this video with somebody who needs to hear it. Make sure you sign up in my bio for Abundant Life Nation. Make sure you donate, partner with us. Our ministry is coming. Our movement is coming. It's coming. It's coming. Connect with us. It's time. I love you. Blessings in abundance, guys. Bye-bye.